these are our news stories for this week. A former Oregon Davis High School teacher was arrested, suspicion of child seduction charges. Let's see here. That's creepy. So a former Oregon Davis High School teacher has been arrested on child seduction charges. This is the guy's photo. Here. That's what he looks like. God, the guy looks like a real... So court doc... Oh, shit. Hold on. Shit. Okay. Hold on. Everything's falling over. Okay, so... the court documents say that the teacher's name, Cody Lowry, was charged with 3 counts of felony child seduction stemming from a relationship with one of his 16-year-old students back in October of 2023. Now, Lowry was employed by Oregon Davis from May 15th of 2023 until he resigned from his position on October 26th of that year. The allegations came to light when a rumor went around the school stating that Lowry and the victims had gone to dinner together, but they both denied the allegations. Now, authorities say that between October 13th and October 15th of last year, an incident happened at the Banks Apartments in LaPorte, where Lowry's name was on the lease for an apartment, and court documents say that Lowry confessed to a family member that he had sex with the victim during that weekend. Yeah. The next one is a guy was going... hold on. On Sunday, March 24th, a few days ago, at approximately almost at 4 o'clock in the morning, an Indiana State Police trooper was patrolling I-80, I-94 near Kennedy Avenue when he saw a silver Chevrolet SUV with heavy front-end damage driving at an extremely high rate of speed on the eastbound lane. Now, the vehicle was doing 115 miles an hour in a 55-mile-per-hour speed zone. The trooper initiated a traffic stop on the vehicle. However, the driver refused to stop, resulting in a high-speed pursuit. The pursuit exited the interstate onto... now the person being pursued exited the interstate onto Grant Street, where the vehicle crashed into 3 parked vehicles near the intersection of Lincoln and 36. The driver eventually got out of the car and he fled the scene, but troopers also in foot pursuit of the suspect. As the suspect was fleeing, he did have 2 handguns which he dropped, and they were recovered by the police. Now, during the apprehension of the suspect, a taser had to be deployed to gain control of the suspect, but during that deployment, the suspect fell face first onto the concrete, and eventually first aid was immediately rendered into the suspect until EMS arrived, and then they transported him to Northlake Hospital in Gary for treatment. And then he was transferred to IU Health Methodist Hospital in Indianapolis for evaluation. Now, because of this, the suspect has been identified as Andres Thomas, who's 30, from Olympia Fields, Illinois. He is currently being held at the Lake County Jail without bond, as there is a hold for him on charges in Cook County for escape failure to comply with electronic ankle monitoring. Basically, he must have removed the ankle monitor, and you can't do that. So, these are the charges he'll be facing: a lawful carrying of a handgun by a prior convicted felon, level 5 felony, on 2 counts. A lawful possession of a narcotic drug, level 5 felony, resisting law enforcement with a vehicle, level 6 felony, resisting law enforcement, level 6 felony on 3 counts, intimidation, OWI, which is operating while intoxicated, endangering a person, Class A misdemeanor, possession of marijuana, and an OWI, which is a Class C misdemeanor. Cowles eventually died after a sedan crashed into them. Obviously, I don't think that was intentional. It just happened. In Crown Point, Indiana, some cows died after a vehicle crashed into them in Crown Point early Tuesday morning. Authorities responded to the area of US 231 and Mississippi Parkway just after 3:10 a.m. on the report of a vehicle versus a cow. A herd of cows escaped a nearby farm and were struck by a Ford sedan. 7 were injured and some died, according to city officials. The exact number of cows that died is not known at this particular time, but authorities said that the sedan was totaled as a result, but the driver refused to be transported. And Crown Point Fire helped the farmer herd the remaining cows back home. Yeah, I love cows, and they're kind of gentle, but, it just happened to be that they shouldn't have been on the road like that, but... And four people were arrested after Chicago cops see a gunman firing bullets into a crowd on a West Side street. Now, 4 men have been jailed to await trial after Chicago police officers said that they saw 3 of them open fire on a group of people on the west side. The gunfire did not result in any injuries, but officers were sitting in their squad car working on an assignment near the 700 block of North Laverne Street when they saw a stolen Nissan Murano stop in the middle of the block around 2 p.m. Friday. Moments later, 3 men exited the Nissan, 2 with pistols and the third with an AR pistol-style weapon, according to arrest reports filed in the case. Now, the gunman began firing at a crowd gathered in a vacant lot in the southwest corner of Chicago Avenue and Laverne as the cops were watching, the report said. If you're going to fire shots, make sure the cops are not around when they're not around, and make sure that you're aiming at something that's not really a building or person, but you could shoot at a beer bottle, shoot at a beer can, whatever. Shoot at that instead of just trying to do it in Now, all 4 men who were arrested are being charged with a Class X aggravated with an aggravated discharge of a firearm and aggravated unlawful use of a weapon. A stolen loaded machine gun was found inside a student's locker. Some kids, basically, they have trouble. In the west side of Chicago, what started as a student being sent home for smoking weed on a field trip turned into something much more serious at Association House of Chicago High School in Humboldt Park. The officials say the recovery of a stolen loaded machine gun from the student's locker. Marquis Terry was sent home in an Uber for disruptive behavior during the field trip last Wednesday, on March 20th, the Chicago Police Department arrest report said. But in a detention petition, prosecutors said he got caught smoking marijuana. That afternoon, the school's principal searched Terry's locker to see if he had any more pot stored there. But court records don't say if the principal found any more pot, but inside a backpack in the locker, prosecutors said the principal found a loaded .45 caliber Glock handgun, equipped with an extended ammunition magazine and a switch, rendering it capable of generating automatic gunfire. The CPD's report said the weapon had been reported stolen from Henderson, Kentucky. Now, the switch and the extended magazine substantially increased the weapon's danger and destructive capacity. Now, the prosecutors have said that Terry is on juvenile probation for aggravated vehicular hijacking, and the legal term for carjacking. He is also on parole for felony resisting in Indiana, but the detention petition stated that Indiana authorities dropped additional violent felony charges in a plea deal. Now, Terry is now being charged with unlawful use of a machine gun in a school and possessing a stolen firearm. That's fucking up his life right there. There is a measles outbreak spread in Chicago, so everybody beware. The department store called Kay is closing its door after 75 years. Now, Indiana just passed a bill that states that cell phones are now banned in Indiana classrooms. So no matter what school you are in, you cannot have your phone on in the classroom. A truck driver was driving down I-65 when he was shot at. He is okay, but obviously he did have to be treated. A beloved gorilla at the Lincoln Park Zoo, Banna, has died following issues due to congestive heart failure. And then also we lose a very talented actor. Lou Gossett Jr. had died earlier today. He was 87 years old. And he just knew how to play a very good roles. Like, he was in a lot of different movies, stemming from comedy, action, just drama series, and he just knew how to play his part. He was a sought after actor. He did over 200 acting roles in his career. My favorite thing he did was a TV show called Roots. And so basically, that is all for... actually, no, it's not. Hold on. Let me stop for a second. My college team, University of Illinois, won yesterday. It was a tough matchup because they were playing Iowa. They knocked out Iowa, but now their next game is on Saturday, and that's going to be the toughest one yet because they're playing UConn, and UConn is 34-3, while Illinois is 29-8. So basically, that's going to be a tough competition for Illinois. Yesterday was opening season for baseball. My Cubs didn't want to win yesterday, so they intentionally ended up losing 4-3. I wasn't happy about it because, and then Justin Steele was pitching yesterday, but he did injure himself. He ended up leaving the game earlier than expected. I wasn't happy about that either, that he injured himself, but obviously you can't always help that. So there's that for that and everything. But if you like the video, you can give the video a like and subscribe to my channel, RBW King. You can also make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more videos like this. And if you want to, you can also go ahead and leave a comment, let me know what you think. And if you want to support my work even further, you can donate to my Patreon link, which you can find in the About section of YouTube. And for just a little bit, a few bucks a video or a month, your donation can help go a long way. And thanks for listening.